Hello, Stephanie Zima here, my Way of Life Coaching. And today we're going to talk about how to develop a resilient entrepreneurial mindset. Please forgive my cold that I'm getting over here, but I decided that it would be better to show up anyway and not miss my pattern. And also I want to deliver all the goodness to you that I have in store because this year is important, right? 2025 is where we want to make the most out of everything, and I just turned 49. So you know what, guys, this is my year to accelerate. This is my year to have complete focus, and that is what I want for you also. If you are new to me, I am helping online entrepreneurs to get off the emotional roller coaster of doubting themselves, having to deal with rejection and overwhelm and all the yucky feelings that we are feeling and that are keeping us from doing and showing up the work that we are passionate about. And I want you to be onto a solid foundation of confidence. You feel good about what you're doing, clarity, you know what you're doing and how to do it, and courage, having the courage to actually do it. Okay, that's what I do for online entrepreneurs. That's why I'm here for. And today we're going to talk about how to get that mindset of resilience. First and foremost, you have to get a good and clear why. Why are you doing it? What is the purpose for you? Why do you want to do that? Okay, so one purpose could be that you want to have some money, but that is not enough to get you off your behind and to actually do it. You need to have a little bit deeper purpose of that, right? You need to have a deeper, different purpose. Like, yes, when you serve, you're also going to get rewarded, of course. And, we all kind of working because we want to get some money, but at the same time, you need to have something, because when you're an entrepreneur, you have to work first. You have to work first, and then maybe you're going to get paid. So how are you going to make yourself show up if you just work for money? Think about this. See, when you have a job, you see, okay, I'm going to give you the example. This is a good one. Okay. I just last year went back into the logistics industry in addition to my coaching business, right? Because I needed to make sure that I had some extra health insurance for my children, right? And it was a really hard year for us. If you follow me, if you know me, you kind of have an idea what's going on. So needless to say, I needed to have some structure. I needed to have some health insurance back in my life to protect us from what was going to come, okay? Now, that's why you take a job. Entrepreneurial business is you work first. You may not get as much money. You may not get all the payoff on time to pay your bills, okay? So how money is not only the reason why you should get into entrepreneurship. If money is the only reason why you want to do something, this may not be for you. And I think this is where people that are trying to recruit for their downline are often wrong, because they're like, do you want to do a quick money? You want to do a quick $200, $300, $500? And I think that is a wrong approach, because the people that are going far are the ones who are digging deep. And the people who are going far are usually doing that for a different reason. They're doing that because their why is so much stronger. Like my why is I want to matter, okay? I want to matter, and I want to teach other people to matter also. I was invisible as a child. Like, honestly, you know what? That's exactly it. I was invisible as a child. I was always the good girl. I was the one who followed all the rules. I was the one who always did everything for everybody. I was the invisible child, and I wanted to matter, and I want to matter today. And my biggest fear would be that no one cares. Like, if I die, no one cares. Like, that would be awful. Okay, so what can I do? What can I bring to the table, right? I want to matter. I want to help other people to matter. What could I bring to the table? So then, you start realizing what's your growth, what's your skill set, what do you have? So you have to work this into a really big purpose. You have your skill set, you have to get your vision. By the way, if you need help with all of that, make sure you get into that free online course that I have called Market Mastery. All of that stuff, you will have a section on that, okay? To get that done. Sorry. But yeah, you got to clarify your purpose. You got to really have a sense of what are you here for? What do you really want from your life? Then you have to have clear goals. How are you going to get there? Okay. And that can be so intimidating, especially if you have a super big vision. To have clear goals can be super intimidating. The vision that I have for myself is to become like a Tony Robbins, okay? I'm gonna put it right out there. I want to be like a Tony Robbins. I want to talk to a stage or to a full convention center full of people, and I want people to be able to take and feel my message when I speak about the message, right, of mattering. When I speak of the message of walking it free, kind of finding yourself again and healing and connecting and walking it free. Okay, I want that people feel that message. That is my big thing. But think about it. How is a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids get from her home onto a big, huge arena full of people? That seems far-fetched, doesn't it? Yes, that could be far-fetched, unless you start setting smaller goals that will inch you into directions. And maybe you start in network marketing, maybe you start doing something else, maybe you are like whatever it is your dream is. But let's say I started in network marketing and I started realizing like, wait a minute, okay, there's a whole online world of stuff. And then I started realizing like there's so many different niches that you can get into. There's so many different things that you can get into and do and specialize in, and like there's so much opportunity out there. And once I started realizing that, I was like, ooh, how could I then get there? So you start seeking out other people that are actually doing already what you're doing, and then you kind of just backtrack and you start realizing, okay, they did that, and that to get there. All right, well, so then now you start looking at your goals. Maybe I need to do this first, then I need to do that, but all of that is structurable. And then once you have that and you connect with that, you eventually you're going to get to your goal, right? Or you're going to maybe discover that goal was not what you wanted it to begin with. But if you have not figured out your why, you are not going to be able to make it happen, okay? You are not going to be able to make it happen. Okay, very quickly, you have to have the growth mindset, what we talked about. You have to have some emotional intelligence. You have to have emotional intelligence. You need to manage your emotions. If you're not managing your emotions, hang on one second. I will have to... This is an emergency. Give me just 1 second. I'm sorry it's on the video, but I refuse to re-record the video. Ich rufe dich gleich zurück. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. Okay, so this was a very, very important message. So I needed to make sure he knew that. Okay, so anyway, strengthen emotional intelligence. You need to make sure that you manage your emotions. See, the thing is, if you are not in control of your emotions, if you're not in control of your resistance, if you're not in control of your doubt, your fear, all these things, your emotions will run the roost. Right? They will rule the roost. You will never going to even come close to what your original goal may be. If I would be so scared to show up here online, then how can I imagine to be speaking in front of other people? If I wouldn't take a step of trying to be a public speaker in my local church or in a school or in other public forums, how can I ever expect to be speaking in front of conference rooms full of thousands and thousands of people? Okay, it's okay to start somewhere and just kind of walk your way and try to work your way up. But if you're not in control of your emotions, you will never get there, because you just won't do the actions. You won't take the actions, okay? And then you can dream all you want, but you're not taking the action. So control your emotions. It's really important. Emotional roller coaster will kill you. Okay? It will kill you because it'll keep you too long in the valley. What you need to do is you need to minimize this. You will still feel the emotions. You will still feel scared. You will still feel apprehension. You will still feel this, but you're going to still be able to get through and manage those emotions and show up anyway, okay? You have to be able to adapt to change. You have to be flexible. You have to focus on solutions, okay? If there's a problem, it's fine. Okay, if there's a problem, it's fine. Do it anyway. Figure it out. Even if it's not perfect. This video is sure not perfect. It doesn't matter. I'm here, okay? And so are you. You're listening to it. Stay curious, okay? Try new things. Maybe something that you've never done before is the exact thing that you want to do. I never thought that I love having a microphone in my hand until I did a workshop at my local church. The moment I was standing up front and I had a microphone in my hand, I was like, whoa, this is kind of nice. I like it, right? And so I don't know how I would feel if the room would like jam-packed and stuff, but maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I would be more nervous then, but who knows? You don't know it until you try it. You have to just try it. Okay, so build a support network, always find people. If you don't have people, be your own person, okay? I've dealt with this so many times that I didn't have anybody other than God. I didn't have anybody that is believing in me, and it can be really hard. I'm going to tell you, it can be really hard. People pretend to believe in you. They're like, yes, I know, you're doing a great job. They don't really believe in you. They don't really believe that you can. They're not doing anything to help you. They're not pushing you. The people that are pushing you the most are your mentors, the people that pay you, because you know what? They are the ones that want you to win, because then you make them look good too. Okay? So that's why paid people are usually the ones that are better in your corner, because your friends and family, they're just kind of like always supporting you. But are they supporting you really? If they're just nice to you, they're like keeping you where you are, comfortable. And you don't want to be comfortable. You want to be out of your comfort zone, right? You want to be pushed a little bit. Okay, so stay committed to learning all the time. Persistent and optimistic is really the secret here. It's really the secret to staying resilient with your entrepreneurial mindset. Too many people, I think, and I was one of them. When we buy a welcome pack of some sort, we are being told like, you're an entrepreneur now, yay! And then you are like, I am? No, I really am not. Technically, I'm not. I'm just a salesperson for that XYZ company. Okay, let's not get blindsided here. You are a salesperson for X, Y, and Z company. Which is fine, because this is the jumping board to entrepreneurship. But to be an actual entrepreneur, you have to develop something, okay? You have to develop something that hasn't been there before. And it's not your product. What is there that hasn't been done before is your brand. You have to develop your brand, okay? If you do that, you can call yourself an entrepreneur. But if you are just going and saying, look at this, look at that, or, here is my cup, or here is X, Y, and Z product. No, you're just a sales rep for that company. So develop your brand. Be resilient in showing up. But really, the why matters the most, and not the why that makes you cry. No, it needs to be what gets you out of bed. What can you not bear to happen in your life? What can you not bear? Like, honestly, when I think about it, I cannot bear the thought that no one would show up to my funeral, that nobody would be there. And I don't know if I will ever know, right? And I'm not wanting everybody to be crying and be sad, but I want people to know me by the time that I die. I want people to know me, and I want people to say, you know what, I remember her. And actually, I should write a book too, and make sure that my legacy will stay on. Okay, that's what I want. That's what I want for me. What is it that you want? make sure you really think about that and then take steps, take actionable steps, because what will not happen is if you're not moving. And the time just goes faster and faster. I'll tell you, it's like, I'm like 49 now, and I have one more year until I'm 50. And then so I started thinking about retirement, and that's only in like 15 years, right? So if I work until 65, and I'm like, wow, this creeps up really fast. Like out of the sudden, this creeps up really fast. And that can trigger some really big fears, you guys. But then you got to remember also that people are now living into their hundreds, okay? So it all depends on how you think about it. If I think about small little increments of like, oh my gosh, by 65, my life is done. I'm over, then yeah, it seems very short. But if I'm going to think like I'm going to live until 100, and you know what? I can teach online forever. I don't have to be retiring by 65. I can go and hold talks forever, right? I mean, look at Mother Teresa, right? She's been doing all that stuff forever. She was an influence person. She mattered to so many people. Can do that, right? So what are you holding on to? What is it that you want to do? And then look for examples. And that's where your resilience comes in, from having that pull, okay? Having that pull to do it over and over and over again. But if you're not in control of your emotions, you will not take the actions. And when you don't take the actions, you are not ever going to win. So I'm sorry to be the bearer of the bad news here, but you've got to take the actions, okay? Even if they're messy, even if they're sick. You got to take the actions, okay? All right, get the course, take the action, take the course, and let's see you on the other side. All right.